Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to talk about an enemy that lives within us. It sneaks into our daily routines, whispers excuses into our minds, and keeps us from reaching our full potential. That enemy is laziness. Laziness is not a physical condition, it is a state of mind. It is a habit formed over time, reinforced by excuses, distractions, and comfort. The first step in overcoming laziness is to change your mindset. Until you shift your thinking, no strategy or productivity hack will work. You must believe that you are capable of discipline and action. Laziness thrives on negative self-talk such as, "I'm just not motivated," or "I'll never be able to do this." These thoughts reinforce inaction. But when you start telling yourself, "I am in control of my actions, I am disciplined, and I can do this," you begin to shift your reality. Your mindset determines your actions, and your actions determine your results. One of the biggest reasons people remain lazy is because they see hard work as a burden rather than an opportunity. Instead of viewing tasks as something exhausting or frustrating, start seeing them as stepping stones to success. Every small action you take brings you closer to your goals. If you associate effort with pain, you will avoid it. But if you associate effort with growth and progress, you will embrace it. Successful people are not necessarily the most talented or the luckiest. They are the ones who push past their excuses and take action even when they don't feel like it. Another way to change your mindset is by shifting how you think about motivation. Most people believe that motivation comes first and then action follows. This is a myth. In reality, action creates motivation. If you wait until you feel motivated to start working, you may never begin. However, if you take action, even in small ways, you will start building momentum and motivation will naturally follow. Think of it like a train. When a train is at a standstill, it takes a lot of energy to get it moving. But once it gains momentum, it keeps going effortlessly. Your actions work the same way. The hardest part is starting, but once you begin, it becomes easier to continue. Self-discipline is another crucial aspect of changing your mindset. Many people assume that discipline is something only a few lucky individuals are born with. The truth is, discipline is a skill that can be developed like any other. The more you practice it, the stronger it becomes. Discipline means doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. It means choosing long-term benefits over short-term comfort. For example, instead of hitting the snooze button, you get up and start your day. Instead of scrolling through social media for hours, you focus on your priorities. Every time you make a disciplined choice, you reinforce a positive habit and weaken the grip of laziness. Your environment also plays a major role in shaping your mindset. If you surround yourself with distractions, comfort, and people who encourage laziness, you will struggle to take action. But if you create an environment that promotes productivity, you will find it easier to stay focused. This means setting up a workspace that keeps you engaged, minimizing distractions, and spending time with people who inspire and push you toward your goals. The more you expose yourself to positive influences, the easier it becomes to develop a mindset of action and discipline. Changing your mindset is not an overnight process. It requires daily effort and self-awareness. You must become conscious of the thoughts that hold you back and replace them with thoughts that empower you. Every day, remind yourself of why you want to overcome laziness. Visualize the person you want to become and take small steps toward that vision. As your mindset shifts, so will your actions. You will find yourself naturally becoming more productive, motivated, and disciplined. Eventually, laziness will no longer control your life because you will have built a strong foundation of action and self-mastery. Taking immediate action is the key to breaking free from laziness. Many people wait for the perfect time to start working on their goals, but the truth is there is no perfect time. If you wait until you feel ready, you will keep delaying forever. The best way to overcome procrastination and laziness is to act now, no matter how small the step may be. Action creates momentum, and momentum leads to progress. Even if you start with something minor, that small action will push you forward, making it easier to continue. One of the biggest obstacles to taking immediate action is overthinking. People often spend too much time analyzing, planning, and worrying about potential difficulties. While planning is important, excessive thinking can lead to paralysis. When you think too much, you begin to create imaginary barriers in your mind, making tasks seem harder than they actually are. The best way to break this cycle is to shift your focus from thinking to doing. Instead of debating whether you should start, take one small step forward. If you want to exercise, do just one push-up. If you need to write a report, type one sentence. These tiny actions break the mental resistance and make it easier to continue. Another common excuse for delaying action is the lack of motivation. Many people believe they need to feel inspired before they start working, but this is a misconception. Motivation does not come first, action does. When you take action, no matter how small, your brain starts to recognize progress, which then boosts your motivation. It is like pushing a heavy object. The hardest part is getting it to move, but once it starts rolling, it becomes much easier to keep going. This is why successful people don't wait for motivation, they create it by acting first. Breaking tasks into smaller, manageable steps is another effective way to take immediate action. Large tasks can feel overwhelming, making it tempting to delay them. However, if you break them down into tiny steps, they become much easier to tackle. Instead of thinking about finishing an entire project, focus on completing just one small part. Instead of aiming to read an entire book, start with one page. Each small victory builds confidence and encourages further action. Developing a sense of urgency is also crucial in overcoming laziness. When people feel that they have unlimited time, they tend to procrastinate. However, when there is a deadline or a sense of urgency, they are more likely to take action. One way to create urgency is to set self-imposed deadlines. Give yourself a specific amount of time to complete a task and commit to finishing it within that period. Another way is to remind yourself of the cost of inaction. Think about what will happen if you keep delaying. Will you miss out on opportunities? Will you regret not taking action earlier? These thoughts can push you to act now instead of waiting. Eliminating distractions is another essential step in taking immediate action. In today's digital world, distractions are everywhere, from social media to endless entertainment. These distractions make it easy to delay important tasks. To overcome this, create an environment that encourages focus. Keep your workspace clean, turn off unnecessary notifications, and set specific time blocks for work. The fewer distractions you have, the easier it will be to take action. Finally, building a habit of action requires consistency. Taking action once is not enough. You must make it a daily habit. Start each day by doing something productive, no matter how small. This sets the tone for the rest of the day and trains your brain to be action-oriented. The more you practice taking immediate action, the easier it becomes. Over time, laziness will lose its grip on you and you will develop the mindset of a doer, someone who takes action without hesitation. Setting clear goals is one of the most powerful ways to overcome laziness. Without clear goals, you lack direction and motivation. Many people struggle with productivity because they don't know exactly what they want to achieve. When you have vague goals, like I want to be successful or I want to get fit, it's easy to delay taking action because there is no specific plan to follow. However, when you define your goals clearly and break them down into actionable steps, you make it easier to stay focused and motivated. A clear goal should be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound, SMART. Instead of saying, I want to get fit, a SMART goal would be, I will exercise for 30 minutes, 5 times a week for the next 3 months. Instead of saying, I want to save money, a better goal is, I will save $500 every month for the next year. Specific goals remove confusion and give you a clear path to follow. When you know exactly what you need to do, it's harder to make excuses. Breaking goals into smaller tasks is another crucial step. Many people feel overwhelmed by big goals, which leads to procrastination. However, when you divide a large goal into small, manageable steps, it becomes easier to take action. For example, if your goal is to write a book, you don't need to write 300 pages at once. You can start by writing 500 words a day. If your goal is to lose 20 pounds, you can focus on losing 1 or 2 pounds per week. Small steps build momentum, and as you complete each task, you gain confidence and motivation to continue. Writing down your goals is also an effective strategy. Studies show that people who write down their goals are more likely to achieve them. When you put your goals on paper, they become real and tangible. You can also place them somewhere visible, like your desk or phone wallpaper, to remind yourself of what you are working toward. Reviewing your goals regularly helps keep you focused and prevents distractions from pulling you off track. Another important factor is setting deadlines. Without deadlines, tasks can drag on indefinitely, leading to procrastination. A goal without a deadline is just a wish. By setting a specific deadline, you create a sense of urgency that pushes you to take action. If you want to learn a new skill, set a deadline for completing a course. If you want to launch a business, give yourself a specific timeline for each stage of development. Deadlines force you to prioritize your tasks and avoid unnecessary delays. Accountability is another powerful tool for staying committed to your goals. When you keep your goals to yourself, it's easy to make excuses and give up. However, when you share your goals with others, you create accountability. This can be a friend, mentor, coach, or even a social media post announcing your goal. Knowing that others are watching increases your commitment and reduces the chances of procrastination. Some people even join groups or hire coaches to keep them accountable and motivated. Visualizing your success can also help keep you on track. Imagine how your life will look once you achieve your goals. Think about the benefits, the sense of accomplishment, and the positive changes that will come with success. Visualization strengthens your motivation and makes your goals feel more attainable. When you combine visualization with action, you create a powerful force that drives you forward. Finally, it's important to stay flexible and adjust your goals when needed. Life is unpredictable, and sometimes unexpected challenges arise. Instead of getting discouraged, be willing to adapt. If one approach isn't working, find another way to move forward. The key is to stay committed to your overall vision while being flexible in your methods. By setting clear goals, breaking them into small steps, writing them down, setting deadlines, creating accountability, and visualizing success, you eliminate confusion and create a strong foundation for action. When your goals are clear, your path is clear, and laziness has no place to exist. Laziness thrives in comfort. The more comfortable you are, the less likely you are to take action. Comfort zones create a false sense of security, keeping you stuck in a cycle of procrastination and inactivity. While it feels good to stay in your comfort zone, growth and success happen when you push beyond it. If you want to kill laziness, you must beat the comfort trap and embrace discomfort as a necessary part of progress. One of the biggest reasons people stay lazy is because they associate discomfort with pain or struggle. They believe that working hard, waking up early, exercising, or learning new skills is too difficult. However, discomfort is not a bad thing. It is a sign that you are growing. Every successful person has learned to embrace discomfort because they understand that progress requires effort. If you want to achieve something meaningful, you have to get used to being uncomfortable. The first step to beating the comfort trap is to change your relationship with discomfort. Instead of avoiding challenges, start seeing them as opportunities. Every time you push through discomfort, you become stronger, more disciplined, and more capable. Think about going to the gym. At first, lifting weights feels difficult and your muscles get sore. But over time, as you keep pushing, your body adapts and you become stronger. The same principle applies to every area of life, whether it's waking up early, working on a project, or developing a new skill. The more you push yourself, the easier it becomes. Another way to escape the comfort trap is to do difficult things every day. Train yourself to embrace challenges by intentionally stepping outside your comfort zone. Start small. Take cold showers. Wake up an hour earlier. Read books instead of watching TV. Or challenge yourself to work without distractions for a set period. These small acts of discipline build mental toughness, making it easier to take action in bigger areas of life. Over time, discomfort becomes normal and laziness loses its power over you. Setting daily challenges is another powerful way to beat laziness. Every day, set a goal that forces you to push beyond what feels comfortable. If you normally exercise for 20 minutes, push yourself to do 30. If you struggle with talking to people, challenge yourself to start a conversation with a stranger. These small challenges may seem insignificant, but they build a mindset of resilience. When you make a habit of overcoming small discomforts, you prepare yourself for bigger challenges. Another trap of comfort is the habit of seeking instant gratification. Laziness often comes from choosing what feels good now over what is good for the future. Watching Netflix, scrolling through social media, or sleeping in may feel satisfying in the moment, but these habits prevent progress. To break free, you must develop the ability to delay gratification. Train yourself to prioritize long-term rewards over short-term pleasure. Every time you resist an easy distraction and focus on meaningful work instead, you strengthen your self-discipline. Your environment also plays a big role in keeping you stuck in the comfort trap. If your surroundings are filled with distractions, temptations, and convenience, it will be difficult to stay motivated. Create an environment that encourages action. If you want to be productive, set up a workspace free from distractions. If you want to exercise more, keep your workout clothes where you can see them. The easier you make it to take action, the harder it becomes to stay lazy. Finally, adopt a mindset of constant improvement. Understand that growth is a lifelong process. The more you challenge yourself, the more you achieve. When you stop settling for comfort and start embracing discomfort, you unlock your full potential. Laziness cannot survive in a mindset that thrives on pushing limits. The more you practice stepping out of your comfort zone, the more unstoppable you become. The people you surround yourself with play a significant role in shaping your mindset, habits, and overall level of motivation. If you spend most of your time with people who are lazy, unmotivated, or negative, their habits will influence you. On the other hand, if you surround yourself with action takers, people who are disciplined, ambitious, and goal-driven, you will naturally adopt their energy and mindset. Human beings are social creatures, and we tend to reflect the behaviors of those around us. If you want to kill laziness, you must be intentional about the company you keep. One of the most common reasons people remain stuck in laziness is because they are surrounded by individuals who reinforce that behavior. If your friends constantly procrastinate, complain about work, or make excuses, you will likely start doing the same. You may not even realize it, but their attitude and mindset will slowly influence you to adopt similar habits. However, when you are around people who are proactive, disciplined, and always striving to improve, their habits and mindset will push you to do the same. To change your environment, start by identifying the people in your life who inspire and motivate you. These could be friends, mentors, colleagues, or even online communities of like-minded individuals. Spend more time with people who encourage growth, challenge you to be better, and hold you accountable for your goals. If you don't have such people in your immediate circle, seek them out. Attend networking events, join mastermind groups, or participate in online forums where high achievers gather. Surrounding yourself with the right people will make a significant difference in your ability to stay disciplined and take action. Another powerful way to stay motivated is to find an accountability partner. This is someone who shares your goals and is committed to taking action alongside you. Having an accountability partner creates a sense of responsibility. You are less likely to procrastinate when you know someone else is counting on you. Choose someone who is also focused on self-improvement and set up regular check-ins to discuss progress, challenges, and next steps. This mutual accountability helps to keep both of you on track and motivated. In addition to personal relationships, the content you consume also affects your mindset. The books you read, the videos you watch, and the people you follow online all influence your thoughts and actions. If you constantly consume entertainment that promotes laziness and instant gratification, it will be harder to stay disciplined. Instead, fill your mind with content that inspires productivity, hard work, and personal growth. Read books about success, watch motivational videos, listen to podcasts by high achievers, and follow people who share valuable insights on discipline and action. The more you immerse yourself in positive influences, the more naturally you will develop a mindset of taking action. One of the best ways to adopt the habits of action takers is to learn from mentors. A mentor is someone who has already achieved what you are working towards and can provide guidance, advice, and motivation. Having a mentor can help you stay accountable and learn valuable strategies to overcome laziness and improve productivity. If you don't have a direct mentor, Study successful people from history or in your industry. Read their biographies, watch their interviews, and understand how they develop their work ethic and discipline. It's also important to eliminate toxic influences from your life. If certain relationships drain your energy, constantly bring negativity, or encourage bad habits, it may be time to limit your interaction with them. This doesn't mean cutting people off completely, but it does mean being mindful of who you allow to influence your mindset. Protect your mental space and focus on surrounding yourself with people who uplift and challenge you. Ultimately, success is contagious. When you are around people who set high standards for themselves, you will naturally want to rise to that level. Being in the right environment makes it easier to stay disciplined, motivated, and focused. Make it a priority to build relationships with people who inspire you to take action, and you will find that laziness naturally fades away. Building self-discipline is the final and most crucial step in killing laziness. Discipline is what separates successful people from those who remain stuck in bad habits. While motivation is temporary and comes in waves, discipline ensures that you take action regardless of how you feel. It is the ability to do what needs to be done even when you don't feel like doing it. When you develop self-discipline, laziness loses its power over you and productivity becomes a natural part of your life. One of the best ways to build self-discipline is to start small and stay consistent. Many people make the mistake of trying to change everything at once, which leads to burnout and frustration. Instead, focus on building small habits that compound over time. If you want to wake up earlier, start by setting your alarm just 10 minutes earlier each day. If you want to exercise regularly, begin with 5 minutes of movement and gradually increase. These small actions may seem insignificant, but they help train your brain to become more disciplined over time. Another effective method is to remove temptations and distractions. Discipline is not just about forcing yourself to do something, it is also about making it easier to stay on track. If you struggle with wasting time on social media, delete unnecessary apps or use website blockers. If you want to eat healthier, remove junk food from your home. The fewer distractions you have, the easier it becomes to stay disciplined. Creating a structured routine is also essential for discipline. When you have a daily schedule, you reduce the need to rely on motivation. Set specific times for important tasks like working, exercising, and learning new skills. The more you follow a structured plan, the more automatic these behaviors become. Over time, taking action will feel like a natural part of your day rather than something you have to force yourself to do. Finally, hold yourself accountable and track your progress. Keep a journal or checklist to monitor your daily habits and improvements. If you slip up, don't get discouraged. Simply refocus and keep going. Discipline is like a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it gets. By committing to self-discipline, you eliminate the excuses and habits that fuel laziness. Instead, you build a mindset that prioritizes action, growth, and long-term success.